Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're continuing my 2022 year-end top 10s as we look at my number 6 welterweight in the world right now. He is the undefeated WBA Regular Champion, Eimantas Stannionis. Stannionis entered 2021, entered 2022 really with a mandatory shot in line for the WBA Regular belt, and with people expecting him to be, one of the next big names in the division, one of the next very good fighters to take over. He's only 28, so he's still young. He's 14-0 at 9 knockouts. And in April, he got a big opportunity on the Spence and Ugas undercard as he would challenge Radzat Butayev, who is also undefeated and coming off of a major win over Jamal James in 2021. So Stannionis had a lot to prove against Butayev. He had to come in and, take the belt to put his name up there, and he would do just that. But he had to go through hell to do it. Butayev did not give that belt up easily. It was a very good back-and-forth fight. I felt like Stannionis did a little bit more, and the scorecards came in, and he got a deserving split decision victory over Butayev. But it was a good, close fight, and Stannionis really earned it. He had to fight hard to become the champ. But like most other fighters at 147 afterwards, he decided to take step-aside money to allow Spence and Crawford to happen for the undisputed title. And while they did their dance, he stayed out of action, trying to see if the fight was going to happen for sure, so he could try to cash in if it didn't happen. Well, Spence and Crawford did their dance all the way through about the end of October, beginning of November, before Crawford finally pulled out and decided to fight David Avanesian in December. So, like most PBC fighters, Stannionis did not fight before the end of the year. So Stannionis got the biggest win of his career in 2022, and he moves up to number 6, and that's big because he wasn't even ranked coming into the top 10 last year. So now Stannionis, the holder of the WBA regular belt, in March he has the next biggest fight, actually the biggest fight of his career coming up, when he takes on undefeated contender Virgil Ortiz Jr. This is a major fight right here. It's a mandatory fight. He's going to be on DAZN. Because Golden Boy won the rights to this fight, and it really is the biggest fight of Stannionis' career by far. I think it's a lot bigger than the Butayev fight in terms of name with Ortiz. I don't believe Stannionis is going to win the fight, but I do think he can win. I do believe he's a very live underdog in this fight, in my opinion. I think he's going to go out there, he's going to fight his ass off. I think it will be competitive for the first half of the fight for sure. Second half, I think Ortiz is just going to continue to grind and land his body shots, and I think that'll be the difference. I think he'll either stop Stannionis late, or he'll get a convincing or a deserving decision and become the new champion. But again, Stannionis definitely is going to be in this fight. It depends, though, if he does in fact lose. It depends on how he loses. How he loses to see how the rest of his year is going to go. He could lose and say, all right, I'm not fighting the rest of the year. Or he could lose and bounce back because he fought his ass off and get right back into the mix of things, because again, he's a PBC guy, and PBC guys get, a lot of, in this division at welterweight, they get a lot of love because there's a lot of welterweights there. Now, if he happens to win, then he really is in a big driver's seat. A win over Virgil Ortiz would be huge for him, and then he would be in line to fight the WBA Super Champ, which is likely still going to be Errol Spence if the Spence and Crawford fight doesn't happen in the first half of the year. I think 2 of the 3 belts that Spence is going to hold on to. First off, I think Spence, if the fight with Crawford doesn't happen, I think he's going to fight Keith Thurman. I think he'll fight Keith Thurman. I think he'll beat Keith Thurman. And then I think he'll hold on to at least the WBC and WBA belts. And I think if Stannionis beats Ortiz, then Spence is going to be like, hey, he beat a bigger name. I'm fighting Stannionis next in the second half of the year. So you know, if Stannionis can pull off the win over Ortiz, that's going to be the biggest win of his career. And then I think he's going to be in the driver's seat. And if Spence decides to give up the belt, or if Crawford and Spence fight and Crawford beats, you know, Spence, and he decides to give up the belt, then, you know, you're going to see Stannionis get upgraded to full champion. So Stannionis, a win over Ortiz would be huge, and then it's going to lead to a big opportunity, or he's going to be upgraded to full champ and be able to dictate terms and fight probably a pretty solid opponent in the second half of the year. So we're going to see what happens, but Stannionis definitely has a huge opportunity, and that's pretty much it. That's what I got. That's my number 6 welterweight in the world right now at 147 pounds. As my 2022 year-end top 10s continue, this was the undefeated WBA Regular Champion at welterweight, Eimantas Stannionis. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.